conversation. We're here to cover the big news of the last 24 hours.
Yeah, this is not like a scheduled episode at all. We weren't planning on doing this today, and it just everything that's been happening. We knew we had to talk about it. Had to do a quick sort of just a news shout out just to everything that's going on.
So, I mean, the big news is that Bitcoin got hammered.
Yeah.
Like all the cryptocurrencies actually got hammered. Yeah. Maybe with the exception of Classic a bit. But last night we saw the price of Bitcoin start to plummet.
Yeah. Bitcoin and Ethereum, both, the two major cryptocurrencies right now, both plummeted at a huge low. I mean, over the last 24 hours, we've seen Bitcoin is like a 10% or over 10% drop now.
Yeah.
Down to like $539 up to the Bitcoin, and Ethereum also down like catastrophically.
When we left the office yesterday, Bitcoin was over 600.
Right.
Now, they've been struggling for a few days. There was all this talk. Is it going to have a support level at 600? Is it going to be okay? We saw it 650 last week. And then literally within 2 hours, it dropped below 550.
Yeah.
And basically we can thank another exchange for this, Bitfinex.
Right. Yeah. They're essentially right. Their exchange got hacked, and they also they got a hack that was like $65 million total. Right now, they're working really hard on fixing it. Zane Tackett, I think his name is. He's like their director, and he's really right now involved. He's director of their community development and everything like that, and he's really involved in Reddit right now and saying about how they got the authorities involved and are doing everything they can. But, the damage is done, and so quickly after the hack in Ethereum, so quickly after the hard fork, I mean, this is just a serious hit to cryptocurrency, and we're seeing it's playing out in full,
And I mean, I don't want to be, I don't want to be too nasty about this, but I'm so glad they're doing something about it now after it happened.
Right. Right.
Like, thanks.
Thanks for being there for us, right? After.
Because you were saying that the issue is that there was no cold storage.
Right. Yeah, it's right. Absolutely. They didn't have cold storage in the exchange. They relied on everyone's personal wallets, and that essentially, it's not for sure that this was the reason, but a lot of people are speculating. They're running full investigation. And again, like I was saying, Zane Tackett is really saying we're doing everything we can to figure out what happened, and that show won't happen again.
And I want to make the disclaimer that I don't really know what happened with the exchange. So I'm speaking just from a speculative point of view, and as someone in the community that was affected by it. So it might turn out that I have to make some sort of apology for this, but
stay tuned.
Yeah,
stay tuned for our redacted video.
Exactly. Just going to wait a moment so we can have a sorry face superimpose afterwards. But if this was the case, it's not like there weren't examples before. This isn't the first time this has happened. I mean, logically, let's run an exchange and not have cold storage, because what could possibly go wrong with that, But that aside, I want to focus a little bit on the price plummet. And I think that, there's three main news events that kind of coincided to create this perfect storm. And as the day's gone, we'll find out more. And that's why I wanted to speak now, because we speak about this a lot in the office. We're very opinionated, at least I am. It's easy to be a backseat driver. We said, we'll put it out there. If we're idiots, then fine.
Right.
It's immortalized in YouTube forever. But basically, from where we stand at the moment, obviously the Ethereum hard fork.
Yeah.
And that raising questions, but more leading to the arbitrage.
And shaking people's confidence and everything, and the hack and the hard fork and the whole discussion around it.
Exactly.
It's making people question this.
Is cryptocurrency really cryptocurrency?
Right.
Is it really decentralized? There were these kind of existential questions about cryptocurrency. But what we saw as a result of that was a lot of arbitrage on Classic versus Ethereum,
right?
Which obviously started price swing. It started a lot of discussion of what's going on. Saw Ethereum start to slide, and I'm pretty sure that had an effect on the price volatility. Levels of volatility are going to be much higher when arbitrage at play on such a big scale.
Yeah.
And if guys are buying Classic, chances are they were taking from Bitcoin to do it, which probably also drove the price.
Right. So then you fast forward to this week, we have this, this hack into Bitfinex. And then we also have now this huge debate that's blowing up about Bitcoin, which is where we have to put some of the blame on us, right? It's not all Ethereum and Bitfinex.
I'm not blaming Ethereum or Bitfinex. Actually, who I'm going to blame is haters, right? Because haters are going to hate, right? But the point is that on the same day as the hack of Bitfinex, on the back of a week of arbitrage on Ethereum, because we really saw the spiking happen over the last 48, 72 hours. That's really where we saw guys, not pumping and dumping, but close to it.
Sure.
And they announced the subreddit on the hard fork, BTC fork. So this talk, this theory all of a sudden becomes a reality.
Yeah, and it still doesn't have a huge amount of traction. Meaning it has traction in the community. It still doesn't have a huge amount of traction. It has I think they're up to 125 followers on the subreddit. Something recently, that's what it was, something like that. But it's quickly rising. Meaning that's the big point. It's gaining traction extremely quickly that people are into this. And after it happened on Ethereum, and we see it can happen, and we're vulnerable to this kind of idea, this centralized, decentralized currency. I think it's shaking people's confidence. On one side, we're saying your money is not, it's not safe, because you have in a certain aspect. And on the second side, you're saying maybe this purest community that we have is not as pure as we hoped it was. Yeah. So both sides of the coin are having their both sides of the coin are sort of having their their confidence shaken. And
100%. And the key question, I think, in terms of market here, has been one that we've been talking about for a long time, is does Bitcoin have an inherent value, or is it only a function of these market forces? And, myself and other people, we've argued for a while that Bitcoin has an inherent value, and that there's no way we should see it below 500 and something just on the merit of what it is. And when you have, this kind of confidence shaking, when you have the arbitrage to begin with, and then people start speculating, and then just throw in a hard fork, because, we just want to make sure this goes one way. What happens is we see a lot of people dumping.
Yeah. And that's for sure what we're seeing. We're seeing it across the board.
And that's it. I mean, we started on Twitter, or I did last night, the hashtag #BelieveInBTC. And that's really what I want to say. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. And I think it will mostly recover, not as fast as it lost. Yeah. And we'll see it go back up because...
this isn't the first time that
or the last time.
Yeah, it's for sure not the last time. Right? These things take time. And we
stop hating.
Yeah.
Really, just believe in it. If you believe in it,
That's you, internet world we're talking to.
Exactly.
Stop hating.
Don't turn around. Yeah. We're speaking to you.
Yeah. This is the point of this video. Stop hating.
Exactly. No, really. These things happen. They do happen. Be secure with your money. If you're in an exchange, maybe check if they have cold storage.
Yeah.
Do what needs to be
done. Do the due diligence, but don't
freak out and put your money out.
Right.
It's not helping anyone. Right. It's at best a self-fulfilling prophecy. And I'm going to say I believe in Bitcoin. I believe it has inherent price value as to all cryptocurrencies. We often speak about technology. We don't often focus on the money side of it because I think it's the least interesting part of it. But unless, we have some stability in terms of the money, then we're not going to get a chance to use all the technology, So stop hating, buy Bitcoins, send me your Bitcoins,
and keep chasing the Bitcoin dream.
Exactly.
And we'll see you next week with more updates, hopefully.
Yeah, and as things develop, if there's anything, follow us on Twitter, follow our accounts as well. There's links below to a lot of our accounts. Check out bitcoinchaser.com for editorial and opinions on this, not only ours, thankfully. And stay tuned, subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.